Each of these fall fragrances garner compliments for a dopamine rush. Can you guess all the fragrances? All of them have 10x my confidence with the attention I have gained, yet all smell different. We know they're great for the fall weather, but what makes them all attract so much attention? And I'll let you know a little secret. It's not because all the bottles are dark and mysterious. Wearing these fragrances could be an absolute game changer, with one even being budget friendly. Talking of game changers, let's jump into the first compliment getter. The first compliment getter has changed the game with its bold and decisive nature. Right in the opening there are some light florals, some subtle spicy cardamom, but it is all about its leather backbone. As we head into the mid and the dry down, it becomes more and more about this leather. There are some animalic tinges. They're never too stinky, but give this fragrance a very masculine and alluring nature. And then there are some lingering subtle cardamom spice. So for the rest of the wear, you're gonna have spicy cardamom and a heavy emphasis on leather. If you haven't already guessed it, this is Tom Ford Ombre leather. The performance is outstanding, 9 to 10 hours on the skin, and this is only with 2 to 3 sprays. And then the projection is great. This pushes out an arm's length for the first couple hours before receding, never becoming a skin scent. You can wear this in the spring, fall, and winter, but you do have to moderate your sprays the warmer it gets. And occasions, I would wear this for all. This is a great fragrance if you want to spice up your collection. Now, let's stay on this leather trend and move into the second compliment getter. The second compliment getter is gonna keep the same leathery depth, but we're gonna make it more dark and mysterious. The opening starts with a tidal wave of sweet rum, coated in the edges with warm spices, and then in the background there is a tobacco and leather depth. This tobacco is really nice the first few minutes as it is cherried and really helps amplify the sweetness of rum. And then into the mid and the dry down, this sweet rum is going to amplify, whereas the tobacco and spices are going to fade away, and their void will be filled by a decent dose of warm amber. The rest of the wear, you're gonna get sweet rum that sit atop a leathery and warm amber backbone. This fragrance is Bvlgari Man In Black. It lasts 9 hours on the skin with light to intimate projection. The first couple hours, it only pushes out about 2 feet, and that is with 4 sprays. And then after this period, it does recede to a light ambiance for the rest of the wear. Seasons and occasions, exclusively fall and winter, gonna be way too intense with that sweetness in the warmer weather. And then occasions, this can be worn for all because of the subtle projection, but this is gonna absolutely shine for date nights or other formal events. Now, I ran out of leather scents for this list, but we're gonna maintain the same subtle and alluring aroma into compliment getter number 3. The third compliment getter starts with tobacco, vanilla, and cinnamon spice. They're all in equal parts, mixing and mingling. It's very alluring the first few minutes because you're just trying to figure out what is going on. And then into the mid, this picks up a darker and slightly resinous nature, and the vanilla is gonna come through a little bit more. It's gonna add some warmth to the fragrance and really smooth out those rough edges that the opening had. And then into the dry down, that cinnamon spice is going to fade away, and it is all gonna be about tobacco and vanilla for the rest of the wear. This fragrance is Parfums de Marly Herald. It lasts 9 hours on the skin with odd projection. The first 2 hours, it pushes out an arm's length, but after this period, it recedes to an intimate projection. Now, I know this might not seem the greatest, but if you think about what this is primed for, which is date night and formal occasions, the only times I really recommend that you wear this, it is gonna be perfect because the first few hours you're gonna be noticeable, and then after this period it's gonna be intimate and you won't overwhelm anyone. And then seasons, this is exclusively fall and winter. As we head into the fourth compliment getter, we're gonna maintain this tobacco nature, but we're gonna be more budget friendly. The fourth compliment getter opens with fleeting citruses. They're gone within seconds, but they are bright and grab your attention. Warm ginger spice is going to fill the void, and it is supported by a heavy amber backbone. As we head into the mid, this amber is gonna get more prevalent, and it's gonna bring tobacco nuances with it that waft up from the base. The ginger spice is fading. This is after about a half an hour to an hour into the wear. And then into the dry down, it is all about amber and tobacco for the rest of the wear. This fragrance is Dolce & Gabbana, the 180p. It lasts 5 to 6 hours on the skin with intimate projection. I know I can douse myself in this and I can never get more than 2 feet of projection. And after the first 1 to 2 hours, it is a very intimate projector, almost a skin scent the last few hours of the wear. Seasons and occasions, this is exclusively fall and winter, gonna be way too much in the high heat. And occasions, I would wear this for all because it is a subtle projector, but it's also not too much or ever too overwhelming if anyone is in your vicinity. So I mentioned earlier that this is budget friendly, and what does that mean? A 100 milliliter bottle can be purchased for $50 to $60. Now, I know this may be out of some of your guys' budgets, but considering the compliments that this gets, the wearability that this has in the winter, this is a great one-time investment. Now, let's move into the number 5 compliment getter, which is a moonshot for compliments. The 5th fall compliment getter, the opening is all about sweet and powdery chords. There's vanilla, lavender, and some subtle cardamom spice. This lavender is gonna donate that heavy powderiness that you get in the first 10 to 15 minutes, and that vanilla is gonna be super sweet. And then as we head into the mid, the vanilla will keep the same intensity. The lavender and the powdery accents do start to fade away, but that cardamom comes through like a tidal wave. It brings warm spice nuances, and you're gonna get a aroma that really just keeps your attention and pairs well with the sweetness of vanilla. And then into the dry down, that cardamom does fade away, and you are left with that sweet vanilla that sits atop a warm amber and wood backbone, and this trio is what you get for the rest of the wear. Now the performance, 12 plus hours on the skin with excellent projection. With just three sprays, I can get this to push out past an arm's length for the first 4 to 5 hours, and even after this period, it recedes, but it still maintains a 2 to 3 foot ambiance for the rest of the wear. Now, seasons and occasions, you actually can wear this fragrance in the spring if you moderate your sprays, but it also works much better in the fall and winter and occasions. You can wear this for all. I don't recommend the office because it will get overwhelming for those around you. And if you really want this fragrance to shine, definitely wear it for going out because it is a loud projector and a sexy fragrance that is really gonna reach out there and grab compliments just for you. This fragrance is Jean Paul Gaultier, La Main à Parfum. Now, these are all compliment getters that are limited to the cold weather. If you want compliments for all year round, check out this video.